James Sass here again. We are now at the Camp B mine, which is down in Hamlin Wash. This is a very, very large vein, approximately 12 feet thick on the surface, and it runs for approximately 4,000 to 5,000 feet on the surface that we know about. This mine dates back to the late part of the 1800s till they quit production under the War Powers Act in 1935. And what we have here is a copper, gold, and silver complex. Okay, what they did, they shipped this stuff right to the railroad station at Wickenburg, and it went directly to the smelter at Asarco. The ore is rich enough, so they were using it as smelter ore. Okay, now in relation to the GOLDSTAR and 1940-41, we're approximately 2.5 to 3 miles as the crow flies, straight across country, so it's not very far away. Where you find the heavy infusion of quartz, the gold assays are a lot higher. Now the gold itself is not in chemical form. It is not colloidal gold. It is free gold. Once you remove the copper, you will see the gold in it. We have done tests on this on a table where we have seen the gold come across the table. What we have here is a giant vein that's 12 to 30 feet thick in places. And we had assays all the way to 1.85 ounces of gold and 22 to 30 ounces of silver. Okay, what I'm standing on now is a tailing pile from a 500-foot vertical shaft. What they did is they went down off the vein to meet the angle of the vein, and these are the tailings from that 500-foot shaft that we're looking at. And I'm guesstimating there's probably no less than 30,000 tons of rock here. And so that's basically what we have here. This is one of the original 500-foot shaft tailing piles. And so you can imagine this is a lot of rock. Because you can see by looking down, it's probably about a 60-foot straight, 70-foot vertical drop off the edge of this thing, and this is solid rock all the way down. So we're going to pan off as I'm walking here. He's going to pan into this pit here is what's left of the 500-foot shaft here. And so what's left here is a very large opening. When he pans uphill, you will see the vein up above us. That declines toward us at approximately 50 to 60 degree angle. And so we're probably looking at probably 40,000 tons just in the country rock there, plus what they took out for ore, which we'll never know because it's not here. It got shipped to market. What we're standing in front of now is the original Camp B mine concrete collar. This shaft goes down at approximately a 50 degree angle, and it goes down about 350 feet. There's another shaft we're going to look at a ways from here a little bit that intersects this. There are approximately 1,200 feet of working tunnels and adits and drifts underneath this thing because the vein structure is very large down below here. Here we are walking up on the second big shaft from the Camp B mine. Have you noticed this is fenced off? At one time this had a collar around it also. This goes down straight down for 350 feet. These two shafts, this one and the one we just left with the concrete collar, are totally interconnected. They hauled ore out from both of these. And in between those, there are side shafts, tunnels that go off in different directions because the ore body down here is very large. It's 30 to 40 feet thick in places. And it runs in different colors. It'll go to your red, to your copper oxide, which has gold. It'll go into your yellow sulfides, which are known to carry gold. And so they worked in between both of these constantly. 40, 50 men, 7 days a week. What we're looking at here is an old cat cut road into the vein. And what they did, the vein is so massive, so all they did, they just pushed it up in a big windrow. And so what they've done, they've cut deep into the vein to expose it, and then literally to stockpile it. There's probably 5,000 to 6,000 tons here stockpiled that could be run at a mill somewhere. And it just goes on for hundreds and hundreds of feet, this cat trail does. And you just kept pushing the ore up and pushing the ore up. And why they were doing that was to define the vein and give them an idea how much tonnage was in it. So here we are at the entrance to the King Solomon mine. This mine, in its heyday, was very productive. Assays in gold all the way to 1 ounce, silver accordingly. The vein here is approximately 30 inches wide here. At the back of this tunnel, back in about 400 feet, the vein is approximately 5 feet in width and assays 1 ounce to the ton. Between this and the United at the other end, they were both mined by the same company. And it was core drilled by QX Company in 1975. And they also put a 300-foot exploratory shaft out here to intersect this vein to find out if it was consistent. When they got down there, they indeed did encounter this vein down there, and it was 5 feet across and did indeed assay 1 ounce to the ton.